Another thing about this main part is this blade plate. Okay, there's a blade here. Okay, so one problem will happen is only will happen once during the transportation, like in the container. When it's set up in your place, it will not happen again usually. So we need to check the position. You can see there's a gap here. So the mold should be in the center or in the middle. You can see number 2 as an example. Number 2 actually is in the middle part. You can see here is in the middle of this gap. Okay, so it's in the middle part. So now this one is right. So sometimes during the transportation it may lose. Then we need to adjust this small plate to move it to the center of the mold. Then it can be done. So how we do it? We just loose. There are 2 screws here, one here, just loose them. And then we can move this plate. It's very easy. So this is one thing we need to pay attention. Okay, now let's talk about how to take off the mold from the machine. So there's a cover here, we take it off to show you. This is the oil cylinder, this is the tunnel. So when the oil valve goes here, the mold will open. So we can only take them off when the mold is open. So we are now in the side of the machine as we told in the previous video. This is the station of the mold. Okay, so for example, when we already take off 7 and now we're take off 8. When we want to take off 9, it's closed because this is the number 9. It is not moving here. So we operate in the monitor and press the each, and it will turn. This motor will turn up here, so it can open. When it open, we can take it off. Okay. First, we should take off the water in and water out. And use the tools. 拍一下，工具拍一下。38、42。38。这个。这是太淡了。You can find a tool in your toolbox. Okay. So it's the main part of the mold, and now we take over the big house. So you can see there's a screw position there. We use the tools. Just notice the direction. Okay. And now the left is the cavity part of the mold. Okay. Okay, it's done. So next we'll tell you how to install it back to the machine. Before we install the mold back to the machine, it's better we have some grease. You can buy it yourself. High temperature grease. OK， 你刚刚撞了吧？你添到哪里去了油？
现在这个不用添油
啊。And don't forget the seals.
我拿出来看看。现在这个槽呢，这里给它涂到这里。
Okay, yeah, okay. Don't forget the seals, it's important. To make it tight. And now we put some grease here, so it's easier to install for better lubrication. Take the air, yeah, put it back.
它这个还注意一下，还有这个连杆有方向的。
方向对吗？我要重新拍吗？
不用。因为它这里有个槽。
And please note, there is a direction
这个槽要对齐。
of this part. So we take one off to show you. You can see here. If you are here, it's not right.
你这样放进去，这样。
Here now it's right. This 错的再示范一遍。
这样就错了。
This is wrong. It cannot put inside. 对的弄一下。This is right. Yeah. So there is direction. So pay attention to it. Okay. So we just give you example to show you better. So when you install back, pay attention to that hole. There's a direction. To make sure they are inserted very well as we just shown. Okay. To make sure it can move.
这个有油的话就不用贴了。
This is another one. We just take an example. So we just also install the back. And now is the main part.
这个的话也要贴油。
So we also add some grease.
这个贴的不能贴的太多了。
Only a little bit.
就贴到这个。
Just this part. Only a little bit.
4公分这样子就好。
Not too much. Like 3 or 4 centimeters here. Not more.
然后这个螺丝就这个洞。
And there's a position here.
对。
So they should match. Okay. Okay.
这样按下来，螺丝扭进去。
Press it and make the screw tight. Yeah, it's the right position.
这样带紧。
Make it tight.
就是了。
Okay. So same. Also need in this kind of position. When it's open, we can install the mold. Thank you. Okay, in this video, we show you how to disassemble the mold. Because sometimes maybe the material jam inside the mold, we need to disassemble it. Okay. Okay, it's done. So in this video, we will show you how to assemble the mold bag. To you should make sure it's clean inside. They can move properly. Then the spring. To tighten it a little bit. So there's a direction of this nut. This is a flat. You can see this different. This is flat. This is angle. 这个朝下的是吧？
对。
So this angle one goes inside. So we should leave some space here to make sure when we pull it up, there is some space. So we need to have some space like this. We cannot make it against here. We should leave some space. Like 4 millimeter, like 4 millimeter. and we tie them. Tape. It's the water tube. Okay, it's done. Okay, so we now open all the door in advance to better understanding this machine. So we come here is the main body of the compression molding machine. Here is the mold, and the blue one is water in, the orange one is water out. And we can see here is the material output. You can see here. Yeah. And here is the blade of the plate. It catch the material from that pot, and it will blow the material to the bottom cavity. You can see this is the pot, and the blade will catch it and drop it into the bottom cavity, and the bottom cavity moves up, so it's like compress. So this is the basic structure of the main body. And here there's a handle. This handle is in your toolbox. You can take it off, and if it is in this way and we operate the machine, the material will extrusion here. So in order to extrude some cold material, in case you stop machine for a long time, of course you need to extrude a lot of the cold material here. And after extrusion, you just make it right. The material will goes up in the pot. Then it can be started. So it's the basic information of this part. And here is the feeder. We use this brand, and just press the red button. It will works. And then here the heater, we use the stainless steel. Transducer, electronical parts, and also down here the switch, the main switch of the machine, and the two plug for the chillers, and the 3 line for the electricity of the machine. And this part is the oil. Is the water. Water in, water out, water in, water out. We have mark. There's a lot of mark, and tells you which one is which one. Okay, so we have 2 sets. One set is for mold cooling. Another set is for the oil cooling. Here is the oil cooler from Japan. And here is the oil tank. Usually we need to add like 400 liters hydraulic oil, which is number 46. In the first start, you need to add it here directly. And you can see here there's a parameter to check the level. So before start, you need to add hydraulic oil here. Here is the motor, here is the stabilizer. Here you can adjust the oil pressure. 在哪里? Okay, so you can adjust by this wheel. By this way, by the anti-clock, you increase the oil pressure, and the oil pressure parameter is here.
这个是80。
Usually it's like 80, but it depends on the cap. Here is the air conditioner of the machine, so it can lower the humidity inside the machine and lower the temperature. So even in the summer, there will be not so many sweat on the surface of the cabin. And here is the side of the machine, and it is also the maintenance station. We now take off one mode already to show you. So this is the only one position we can install the mode and take off the mode, because you can see my hand here. There's only one position we can take off the mode. So we will tell you how to take it off and how to install mode in the next few videos. So here we finish the main body of the machine. They are the very basic information. Okay, now let's talk about the system here. So first we turn on the key and it will start. So it takes a few times. And this can be moved, this monitor, because there's a long cable. So this is a welcome page. We need to press the password. So the original one is 1111. Enter. Then we can go to the page. This you can change the language. So let's talk about the systems one by one, the page. So first, to start, we need to press the system control on. Then we can go heat up, temperature control on. Then it will start to heat up. Now I already finished heating, but let's see if we change the temperature, like if we change it like 160, then you check. Now it's 151, so this bar will go increase, means it's working, this part. Okay, so we can come back to 150, it will decrease. And for every machine we have different remaining heating time suggested. So because in different country you have different temperature indoor, so like in some extremely cold place we suggest to put the time longer, and we can set the time in the settings. And this is just our remaining heating time suggested. So one thing is, if we want to start our chiller before it's counting down, it will tell you something. For example, now the chiller is off, we on, then it will tell you the heating process is not complete. Do you want to switch on the chiller? If we press yes, it will be on. The chiller will be on. But let's see, what if we press keep waiting? It will be ready, not on. Ready means when the time is finished, it will turn on automatically. The purpose we designed this is because you don't need to turn on the chiller too fast, otherwise there will be some sweat in the machine. So that's why we designed this system. And this is the light. You can see here, light is just light here in the machine. Okay, on and off, it's very easy. And this is and this is auto start, means when we press auto start, these two will turn on. So it just helps you to save one press. So and about all the temperature, we will give you the data, so you can set all the temperature according to our data. And we also have the sensor in the oil tank, so you will have the oil temperature, water chiller temperature. As long as you buy the chiller also from us, we can make it in our system. If you buy it by yourself, you cannot operate the chiller here, and you cannot monitor the temperature here. And also the oil pressure, oil pump pressure, air pressure now is good, so they are in blue. If they have something wrong, they will be in red. Okay. So first, when we start the machine, we just need to first step is to heat it up. So in order to heat up, so we need to set the temperature. Okay, so when they are finished, we can go to page 2. So which is tuning, and in the tuning, we can start the machine. And in the state monitor, you can see some status. Okay, and alarm history, setting, maintenance. In the maintenance, it will tell you how many days this part can be used, and it will tell you how to change it. So when you change it, you can press reset. It will count again, and this time they will count automatically. So if we set it like 1 year, if it reach 200 days, it will come here, and the bar will go red, and there will be some red dot here like in the phone. So you will know something needs to be changed. Okay, so we put all the necessary maintenance in the system, make it easier to do. And it is also some monitor. Okay, so in the next video we will talk about the tuning page. So this is how we start a machine. Okay, so now we come to the tuning page. It is a page how we start the machine. First, let's talk about these few buttons. First is oil pump on. Sorry, it's wrong spelling. Oil pump on. So rotate means the plate rotate. Each means we need to press it. Then the plate will keep moving according to the frequency we set. So when we change the mode or do some tuning, we can make the rotation frequency lower. Then we can press each, so we can turn the plate a little bit in a slower speed. And the extrusion upward means the screw start to extrude the material. And if we press this one, the material, as we told in the previous video, if the handle is in this way, it will extrude the material downwards, and if we put it in another way, it will go to upwards. So this is the button to start to extrusion. Okay, so one thing we need to remember, we need to put the oil pump on, then we can operate the rotate and each. Okay, so for example, and you can see if we now press rotate here now, it will run automatically, and it will stop. What if we press each? You can see then it will start. So when we change mode, or if we want to check something in a slower mode, we need to press each. And we can change each time the speed by this one. Okay, jog frequency. It is related to this one. For example, now is 5. we can set it to 10.
这个调10个。
It will be faster. So usually 5 is good. Okay. So this is the basic information of this page, and we can save setting and load the setting. And you can see when we start, it will have the speed. So as we can see, when we press rotate, it start to run. But we need to also to start a machine, we need also to extrude the material. Then material comes and it runs, so the cap will come out. And about extrusion frequency, it is related to the weight. If you think the weight is not enough, the cap weight is not enough, we can simply add it, or we can change the number directly. And this is about the speed. If we rotate frequency, it is about the machine speed. If we want to increase speed, we need to press this one. So if we add extrusion frequency, rotation frequency in the same time, so means the cap will keep the same weight, but speed will faster. But if we make the rotate frequency faster, but keep the weight same, that means the weight of the cap will be lower. Okay, so in the next video we will start the machine. Okay, so to start the machine, as we told, first we need to check the temperature if they are reach the one we have done. So we press the chiller to start the chiller. Yeah, put a yes, because usually it is 0, but now we just to show you, so that's why we set it. So we just put them on and go to the tuning page and put oil pump on, extrusion on.
这里要先。因为刚开始是这里。
So in the beginning we set the frequency a little bit lower, and as the cold material goes downward. Okay. So we need to clean the cold material, because sometimes you will stop in a long time. There will be a lot of cold material inside from the last time. Okay, so then we press in this way, the material will go up here. And we also need to clean some of them, because they are also some cold material from last production. Okay, we need to clean them. Then we make it this one, this back, to let it extrusion in this part. Then we start to rotate. Press the button. And turn the handle. And press the button up. So it's done, and these two buttons is to control the air, because you can see material comes there, there's some blade to get the material and drop it into the bottom cavity, as we told in the previous video. And these two buttons is control the air direction, so we just press over them, the material will blow inside the cavity. If we pull this up, the material will blow outside, like this one. So when we shut down the machine, we need to pull this one, the material will blow outside, then we can stop the machine. And we can see now they have the speed per minute, speed per hour, and calculative production. And for shut down the machine, as I told, we need to pull it up. So the material will drop outside, okay? Then we put the handle this way, it will shoot down, so means no material will come up. Then we stop rotate. Then we okay. Everything is finished. So this is how to start and how to stop the machine. Okay, in this video we are going to talk about some main points of the mode tuning. It's very important because we need to check the mode status before every operation. So if we check everything good, everything ready, then we start it, then the cable will be good. There will be no flash or no lack of material. Otherwise the cable will have some problem. So we need to check everything, especially the mode status before startup. So now let me explain you one main point. You can see this one. Okay, this one actually is the same house here. Okay, so we can see here there's one small spring or like something like seal here. And check this one. We are now in the side part of the machine, like when we change the mode in the same position. So the 12, let's check about 12 because the 12 is closed, 11 is open. So 12, we check the status of 12. So you can see here now, there is some space. This one, you can see the seal or spring here. There is some space between the spring and this plate. Okay, so now the oil pump is off. So if they have some space, it's okay. But when we turn on the oil pump, this part will goes up because the oil cylinder will give the force to the mode. So when we turn on the oil cylinder, oil pump, the mode will move up. And in that situation, this spring should firmly against this part, then it's good. If they have some space after we turn the oil pump on, then means they are not in the right position. So if in that better situation they will have some problem. For example, because the mode move like this, this part will move up, move up, move up, one press. So if this part is not firmly against the plate after oil pump on, means some force will go other place. If this part can against this plate very well, means all the force will be absorbed by this part, then there will be no problem. So let's turn on the oil pump. So now is oil pump off. Now we turn on the oil pump on. Then you can see it moves up, and you can see the spring against the plate very well. Then it is good. So when there is some space, it is no good. There will be some problems. Okay, so in a long time use, it is a very serious problem. If in a long time use, this part not against this plate, like some spring inside the whole plate, we have some problems. So we need to check the status one by one. Okay, so now number 12 is okay. Then we press in the monitor the each button, and the other number will come here. Then you can check if they are good. And you can also check here. Okay, so And I will also tell you how to adjust the space in the next video if the space is not right. Okay, now in this video we'll talk about how to adjust the space here. And now we have already put the oil pump on, and you can see obviously there's some space because we changed the mode statue on purpose to show you the video, to show the wrong situation. So in the previous video, number 12 is perfect. The spring is against here. But in this video, we make this part down. Okay, so actually about space is actually like this part. We can adjust this part because the down part is fixed. So we can adjust the position of this one. So if we make this one too down, then when we operate the oil pump, there will be some space. So if the mode have some space, the one problem as we mentioned, the force cannot go to this part. Every press, the force cannot taken by this part. So in a long time, like half a year or more time, there will be some problem inside the machine plate. So it's a big problem. And also, if we make it too down, means every compress, this part will touch this part. Because in the good situation, this part, two part, actually not real touched. Because they need to form a cap outside here. So actually they will not touch. But if we, in this situation, they will touch. So in a long time, the motor will damage. So we need to adjust this part. You can see now we cannot move them at all because they are too down. So the good situation is we can move it a little bit. Then it's good. Now it's very, very tight. So another situation is when we move it too up, then this part will be very loose. And in that situation means the space between these two parts are too large. So the cap will not be complete. There will be lack of material. Okay, so if it's too down, not good. If it is too up, not good. So we need to adjust them just right. So now let me show you how to adjust them right. And when we adjust the mode, we need to put them in this position, the open one and before it. Okay. Okay, let's start. How to adjust it? Now we need to move it up because it's too down. We need to shut off the oil pump first. Then we can. 等一下。OK。等一下，你放在哪里？
放这里，卡到这个槽里面。
OK, you can.
这里。
This one.
这38、42。
OK. And move up. This is how we move it up. And if there are too many space, how we move it down, we just in another position, it will goes down. 把往下调就是往另一个方向啊。If we were to move it down, like in this position, 你调下试试看。Yeah, when you put it in this way and in different, then it's okay. Then it's how we move it down. Okay. So, 调好了吗？
现在油阀没开啊。
So now, because the oil pump is not on, so we can move it easy. So now we put the oil pump on. And we check, and you can see the spring is firmly against this plate. Then means they are not down. And maybe they are just right, and maybe they are too up. So let's check. So now we can move it easily, means they are two up. So in this situation, we need to move it down. 再往下调吧。
这样我就可以把它调到位，它就可以打出盖子来。这样的话就调到底了。
调到底，对。Now we 你这个搬不动的动作做一下。Now it's firm, so it's hard. It's very hard for us to make it down. Okay. So in this situation means this one is tight. Then we go back. 好，来继续。We go back like this much. You can see we can move this part only a little bit. You can see. Okay, so this is in the state of when the oil pump on.
然后把螺丝要敲紧。
And we when we check, we need to screw to make the screw tight.
敲紧了，然后要把油缸放到这里来。这样它。这样它才能把这个螺帽真正的敲紧。
And we move this in this position when it open. We need to tighten it again. Then they can 100% tight.
因为它是这边敲不紧，因为它这个油泵顶在这里的。
Because in this position they cannot be tied 100%, because there is a force of the oil cylinder. So we need to tighten it, move position, make it open, and we tighten it. Okay, so this is how we adjust the position of the mold. So once you change the mode, or every time before start, you need to check. So usually if you only have one set of mode, you do not need to check so complicated. But if you change the mode, you need to check everything good, then start the machine.